Hello, Covenant friends and families. Hello, children. It's Pastor Jeff here. I'm here to read more stories. I know that you know this already, but I love reading stories, and the ability to read stories to all of you right now is absolutely just a treat. And so I hope you'll join me in reading a story today. This is the story about Good Friday, and it's kind of a sad story, which it seems weird that we call it Good Friday, doesn't it? But good means holy, and while maybe what happened wasn't good that day, it was an important day. And so I'm going to read you a story. The story comes from the Growing in God's Love Children's Storybook Bible, and it is called Jesus Dies. Have you ever been having a good time, and then something bad or sad happens? This is what happened to Jesus after the Passover meal he shared with his disciples. If this part of the story makes you feel sad or scared, read it with a friend or a family member. Some temple leaders didn't like the way so many people listened to Jesus' teachings. They worried that people might not listen to them. So that night they came to the garden where Jesus was praying. Judas, one of the disciples, pointed them to Jesus. The temple guards grabbed Jesus and arrested him. They took him to the temple leaders. "If you are the one God has sent, tell us," the temple leaders said. "If I answer, you won't believe me," answered Jesus. "Are you God's son?" they asked. "You say that I am," Jesus said. They took Jesus to Pilate, who was the Roman leader in Jerusalem. "Are you the king of the Jews?" Pilate asked. "If you say I am," Jesus answered. Pilate knew that the Roman king didn't want another king in the land. Pilate didn't think Jesus had done anything wrong, but some of the temple leaders said he had. Pilate decided to let the people decide if Jesus should die. So Pilate had Jesus and a murderer named Barabbas brought before a crowd of people. "Which one should I set free?" Pilate asked. Some people shouted, "Barabbas! Let Barabbas go free!" "If that's what you want," said Pilate. The soldiers led Jesus to the top of a hill to die. A crowd followed, but only a few women who followed Jesus stood close to him. About noon, the sky became very dark, the night without stars. Then Jesus died. His disciples and followers were sad. How could they live without Jesus? And so I'm going to ask you the three questions that are asked at the end of every one of these stories. The first one is, when you are sad or scared, what do people say to comfort you? If you had been in the crowd, what would you maybe have seen or heard? And finally, write a note or draw a picture for someone who is sad. And you know what? I'll say this right now. If you write that note and you want to send it to someone, that's a great idea, because I think there are some people who are maybe scared or sad right now. So that's the story of when Jesus died. But I want you to know that's not the end of the story, and I hope you'll see me again on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, so we can talk about what comes at the end. And in the meantime, I want you to know something really important. God loves you. I love you, God loves you, and I'll keep praying for you. Bye.